Find yourself somewhere where you can stand and have your feet either together or hip width apart. And then just arrive inside your body. Just soften into your feet. So this is Rise and Shine Yoga with Helena. Stand and soften into your feet. As I said, you have your feet either hip width apart or together. And feel every sensation that is currently present in your feet. Feeling the connection between the soles of the feet and the mat, if you are on the mat, or whatever surface you are standing on. It's, by the way, beautiful if you have the weather for it to do this outside in the grass. And then feel every sensation that is present on the inside of the feet. Just really go within and see every sensation that you can feel. And then go up your body, go up the legs, seeing what you feel, the contact between the cloth and the skin, and then going deeper in. And then the hips. And the more you focus on the areas you are focusing on, the more you will start to feel. So the smallest, subtlest sensation. See if you can deepen your awareness of what is going on. And then going into your trunk. First, the connection between your cloth and the skin. And then inside your trunk. What are you aware of? So you're now becoming aware also of your breath, how it moves your body, how it expands into your body. Maybe you even can detect a little bit of a heartbeat. You become aware of your shoulders. First the sensation of the skin, then inside your shoulders. Are you aware of anything that you might be holding in your body? And then going down the arms to the fingertips. Are there any sensation in the wrists, in the hands and the fingers? And the hands are often the easiest to connect to, so maybe you feel some tingling. Maybe you can just become aware of the fingertips. And can you detect this sensation to be a moving sensation, or is it still? See if you can detect some sort of movement within the sensations that you are becoming aware of. And then become aware of your neck going into your head. What sensations are there? Is there any holding in your jaws or in your eyes? Sensations on the scalp or on the face. And then just make an effort to soften the whole body down. Just softening down and becoming aware of your vertical axis, so your uprightness. So imagine there's a channel going through the center of your body that is being held up through a thread coming out of your crown. And as you inhale, you're being lifted, the front of your body lifted, that thread on the crown is lifted. As you breathe out, you soften everything beyond that center thread, beyond that center channel, softening the shoulders, the eyes, the jaws, the hips, the knees, and the feet. Broad the base of the feet. And it might be that at some point you feel you need to do some micro adjustments of your feet. Maybe your feet want to be further apart so that you're comfortable. See what feels right for you. So I invite you also to be playful, to listen to your body. And then become aware of your fingertips. And see if you can draw an imaginary line between your fingertips and the ground. So whatever we are doing now, you will be using in a moment when we go to sun salutation. So draw a line between your fingertips and whatever your fingertips are pointing at. And if you're feeling this tingling in the fingertips, imagine that tingling to actually happen beyond your fingertips all the way to the crown, to the ground. And I have already said in our chat that we will be working with the imagination of the lightflower pattern. I am going to come briefly towards you, but you don't need to move. Have a look at this pattern here on my coaster. And what I would like you to imagine is that each one of these flowers has lots of tiny flowers inside it. And each small flower is part of a bigger, bigger, bigger flower. And if you detect any micro movements in your fingertips or in your toes, then imagine that to be like these little flowers revolving. And when one revolves this way, then the one next to it revolves this way, like the cogs inside a watch. And so movement in one part of the fingertips translates into movements that go into the body, and inward streams create an outward stream. And that movement also happens beyond the skin. So movement inside your body is changing the movement beyond the body. So with our movements in space, we are also influencing space through our fingertips, imaginary connection to the ground and feeling the ground through the fingertips. We're creating a shift in energies beyond our body. And now imagine the skin and the space underneath the skin of the arms. And imagine that connection starting to move, start these light flowers or flowers of life starting to move, starting to revolve. And that is what is making your arms come higher. So you are being lifted like a boat on a rising tide, coming up to horizontal. As you come with your arms to the horizontal, you extend your fingertips into space again. Imagine that line going through that line of flowers where the cogs just move out, and that outward movement generating an inward receiving of energy. So as you open up, as you open the gateway to feel into your body, to embody your awareness, you're allowing energy to flow. And then you rest onto that space with your arms coming slightly onto your toes, and your neck rises out of your shoulders. So your head rises out of your shoulder like a turtle. And then you come back down again with the arms. And so the revolving of those flowers or cogs is slowing down a little, allowing your arms to come down. And we relax down, relaxing the hands, and then we wake up the hands again and start rising again. So really imagine that interaction between you and the space. As you come to horizontal, you slightly create a compression onto the light flower line, and your head rises out of your shoulders. And your fingertips connect to the space beyond, even as you're moving. So you have a changing perception on your fingertips. As you imagine those inner feelers. And maybe you're already realizing that as your arms rise, there is an effortless feel about it, because you're using space to help you. That is what we're going for. And then you turn your hands upward, feeling the space above. And then you rise higher. Relax your shoulders, broaden your shoulders as you come up. And then you feel that space between your arms alive. So you've compressed those millions of light flowers that are part of a bigger light flower. And you feel that space between your hands, feeling it alive. And then you open. And it's like when you pull a rubber band, as you pull it, it gets thinner and thinner. It's like the veil between you and inspiration getting thinner, so that it then comes into your being. And then you turn your palm and come back to earth, to that which holds us safe, to that which grounds us. And then just take a moment to integrate those movements, just feeling how your body feels now. It's the yoga that happens in between the movements. What has changed? And then we start again. Open. Feeling the space moving us. Feeling those invisible threads moving us. And then turning the palms upwards. Extending more into space. You have that smile going from collarbone to collarbone across your chest, saying hello, good morning day, hello, good morning sun. And then you feel the space between your arms. And this time you twist yourself, twist your trunk to the right. And you open your left arm forward with the palm facing up and your right arm back. Allowing whatever there is in inspiration and guidance from up above into your reality. And then you close again. Twisting the other way. Palms facing up, the palms come apart. And you can check on yourself. Are my palms actually facing up? So you could look back and see also the feel beyond your fingertips and the crown rising towards inspiration. Coming back together, relax the shoulders, broaden the shoulders, and then open. Feeling this connection into the horizontal, that is where we connect to others. Turn and come back into your uprightness, your vertical, connecting to earth. Softening into your feet. We do this one more time. Opening. Feeling that effortless rising of the arms. Feeling the sensations change beyond your fingertips. And if you're not quite feeling that, you fake it till you make it. Just imagine what you could be feeling. And imagine, like a cartoon, all these light flowers revolving in your body. And then you turn to the other side. So you turn towards your left and the right arm coming to the front. Check the position of your hands. Are my palms parallel to the ground? Are my fingertips slightly extending into the distance, or is there rigidity? Let it be a soft elongation of the hands. And then come back together. Feeling the smallest sensations that are present in your hands as you move. So slow the movement down to really be able to feel in. And let the transitions be smooth. So even when you are not moving, there is still an internal movement out into space happening, to the front, to the back, through the crown, into your feet. Softening more and more into your feet, dropping the tailbone, feeling that extending of the rubber band between your hands, that veil getting thinner and thinner, allowing in inspiration, guidance, lightness. You turn your hands, coming back to gravity, and just feel. Feeling, noticing what you notice. Okay, so now we're going to start with the sun salutation. So Annika is going to demonstrate whilst I explain. First movement is you take your arms wide in a wide circle, just like we were doing, and then bring them together in front of the heart. So the palms feeling each other. So in each one of our fingers, they say we have the elements in our fingers. We have the fire of doing in the thumb. We have air, water, space in each one of the fingers. So here we're connecting those elements inside, palm to palm, the right and the left, the masculine and feminine principle. So everything is connecting, coming to one pointedness, which is one of the secrets of manifestation. It's no coincidence that this is the position used in prayer. And then we broad the shoulders here, soften the knees, and really feeling in, breathing into your torso, expanding the torso as you inhale. And then you take your arms up, opening the hands, opening the palms to the heavens, extending, lifting the rib cage away from the hips, and the palms face forward, facing the sky. And you're keeping this lower part of the torso straight, but from the rib cage above, you can bend back if that is available for you. Pull the belly in and up, lifting the solar plexus. And then with an out breath, you take your arms wide, turning the palms down. As you do so, still connecting into space, you bend your knees and come down with a straight back. Bend your knees enough so you can come down with a straight back. And then just for a moment, rest your body on top of your thighs. Let your head dangle. Let your head be really, really soft. And imagine here already that there is a stream of those light flowers coming down your back, down the back of the thighs, as you rest the body on top of the thighs. And we will do this again. So come back up the same way you came down. So with a straight back, one line between the body, between the head and the body, and the arms come out and you come up. Again, a greeting to the sun. Lengthening upwards. Lifting from the rib cage. And if that comes, and if that happens naturally, then you can bend back from here as far as is comfortable for you, pulling the belly in and up, just rising out. And the rising out is what gives you that slight back bend. And one more time, arms over the width, as if you're taking in the whole of reality with your palms. Bend your knees with a straight back, come down onto your thighs, let your head dangle, and take this time, take the buttocks high enough that you can still be in connection with your thighs, but that you feel a stretch on the hamstrings. So that might be in a different place for each one of us. It might be that here you're already with quite bent knees, you're feeling the hamstrings, then this is the right position for you. If you're not feeling anything, take the sitting bones high enough that you feel that stretch, and then breathe into that. and feel through that stretch, what does that do to those little cogs of the light flower? And then as lightly as you can, you take your right leg back and step it back as far as you can effortlessly step it back. And here you can put your weight into your front foot, soften the front foot into the ground, relax your hip down a little so that you feel the stretch in the hip flexor of the right hip. And breathe there, hold that there. Make sure that your left knee is above the ankle. And again, imagine space and your interaction with space. So space is carrying you, holding you from underneath. Space is pulling the crown away. And then, as effortlessly as you can, you step the left foot towards the right foot. Equanimity of your movement. Taking the hips down so that you are in one line. So this is not a downward dog position and not an in-between. So you really need to be like a ruler in one line. And this is the position where traditionally we have no breath. And then you come down into the 8 limbs touching. And that you do on an out breath. So the knees come down, the buttocks comes up, chest comes to the ground, and then here with the head you have the choice, either chin or forehead, whatever feels better, and you really want to push that buttocks upwards. You're right. And then on an inhale you want to go into the cobra, Bhujangasana. The way we go, let's practice that one. The way we go into Bhujangasana, so come back into 8 limbs touching. So here you have your toes, your knees, your chest, your hands, and your chin. That's why 8. So 2 hands, chin is 3, chest is 4, knees is 6, and the toes is 8. And then imagine that it is your toes that are responsible for you going into the cobra. So the toes push you forward, so you slither forward like a snake would. And then shoulders away from the ears, lengthening into the crown, and relaxing the hips to the ground. That you do on an inhale. If Bhujangasana is not available to you at this point, you can go into child pose. So that would be the optional version. Now from here, you then tuck your toes under. On an out breath, you come into downward dog. By the way, don't hold your breath in between. If we're doing it slower, just keep breathing. It's just the initiation of movement you do on the out breath. In the downward dog, as you see Annika doing here so beautifully, it is like a triangle. It is really important that your chest is not above your hands and that your sitting bones are pulling you away. So if you imagine someone pulling the hips backwards away from the wrists, that is where you want to be. And sometimes to have your back straight, you need to bend your knees a little more. So you need to play with that. So perhaps we take a moment to play a little, lifting one heel at a time so that the sitting bones on each side can connect a little higher until we find that optimal position for us. And then we stepped back with the right leg earlier, so we step forward with the right leg again, and then we're in the opposite position. And lengthening. Again, this time you can have your back knee on the ground. That would be acceptable. So it's up to you if you want to have a little more challenge in there by lifting the back knee, or if you would like to just rest and feel that stretch going into the crown. Soften your foot into the ground, the front foot in particular. Soften your hips to the ground. And then on an out breath, you step together. Very nice. And on an inhale, arms going over the width. Inhale Stretching up and coming together to the heart. Take a breath before we move to the second side. Now on the second side, we're not going to take so much time explaining. Feel into your feet before we go in. Make alive that imagination of the light flower. And then let's start. Left leg. Inhale. Exhale, reaching forward. Bend your legs enough so that you can keep your back straight throughout. Taking the hands next to the feet, relax your head. Step back with your left leg. Inhale. Feel that strength going from the heel all the way to the front knee. So lengthening, elongating from the back heel to the front knee. Hold the breath going into the plank. Feel that straightness from heel to crown again. Breathe out, 8 limbs touching. Knees, chest, forehead or chin. Elbows close. Inhale, slithering forward into the cobra, shoulders away from the ears. Relax your hips to the ground. Breathing out into downward dog. Dangle your head down. Sitting bones moving away from the wrists. And then left leg effortlessly stepping through. Breathe out, legs together. Inhale over the width. Taking in reality. Opening, greeting the sun. Breathing out, palms together. And then integrate again. Take a moment, see what has changed. We're going to introduce another possibility of how you can work with this. So every time we're doing a movement with an inhalation, we can think so. Every time we're doing a movement with an out breath, we can say hum inside the mind. So the next one, I am going to say the movements as much as I remember, but also where the so is and where the hum is. Let's start. Breathe out so, staying in front of the heart, relaxing the shoulders. Inhale, hum, greeting the sun. So, coming forward to the feet, resting the body on the thighs, relaxing the head. Inhale, hum, bringing the right leg back. Feel that beautiful line between the crown and the heel. Remember, you can have your knee on the ground or lift it. It's up to you. Now, stillness. Stillness of breath in the plank. And when you need to breathe out again, you breathe out, hum into the ground. 8 limbs touching. Bhujangasana. So, shoulders width, hum into downward dog. So, right leg forward. Hum, breathe out, feet together, relax your body on top of your thighs. Inhale, rising. And there are several ways of doing this going down towards the legs. You can take the arms over the width or over the front. That is up to you. Greeting the sun and then hum coming back to the heart. Integrate. Relax the shoulders, soften into the feet, feeling what has changed. So you might be feeling your heart beating a little more. Your feet might be feeling a little more alive. How is the sensation between the palms? How is the sensation inside your body? Left side. Inhale. So, hum. Long, straight body, knees bent enough to receive your body. Relax the head. And the mantra, bija mantra, hum. Left leg back. So, inhale, line, crown to heel, relax the hips. No breath coming together, coming into the plank, checking yourself, am I really in one line, or am I hanging a little, or is my buttocks a little too high? And then hum, coming out to the ground. Keep the elbows close to you. Lift the buttocks, lift the hips. Inhale into the cobra, slithering forward. Relax the hips to the ground, elbows close, shoulders away from the ears. Hum into downward dog. Remember, if we are a little longer in a pose, you can be responsible to keep your breathing light. So, left leg forward and knee lifted or on the ground. Hum, come together. Feeling space lifting you. Space is lifting your arms, and you're inhaling in this present moment. Greeting the sun, belly pulled in and up. Hum, hands come together, integrate. Take a moment. So this is the classic sun salutation. What we're going to do on the next 2 rounds is we're going to weave in little stretches so that we can go into a twist and perhaps even a side bend, that you get a full body workout. Let's start. So, into the heart. Hum, come up. Keep on breathing, greeting the sun. This time, bring your body into a vertical, bringing the hands together. Take your right leg behind your left leg. So, bringing it round, that is it. And then bend your body, rib cage lifting away to the left, like this. Coming back to the middle, undoing the leg. Take a deep in-breath, hum coming forward, into the forward bend. Relax your head. Hum, no, so inhale, right leg back, feeling that beautiful line between the crown, extending down to the heel. Hum, no breath, sorry, legs together, coming into the plank. 8 limbs touching. Hum. So slithering forward into the snake, elbows close, shoulders wide, lengthening, feeling length in your spine. Hum into downward dog. That's really beautiful. And what Annika is demonstrating really beautifully is this equanimity of movement. She's flowing softly into the pose. So you can take your time even more. Now the right leg steps forward. That was the so. Inhale, legs together, hum. feeling that slight stretch on the hamstring. So coming up, rising up. Bringing the hands together. And if I am moving through here too slow or too fast, please go with your own speed. Integrating, feeling what has changed. Inhale, come up. So. And then staying here, bringing your body into the uprightness rather than the back bend, if you are in the back bend, and take your left leg behind your right. Stepping it to the side like this. Yes. And then bring the hands together, lift the rib cage away from the hips, and stretch your body to the right. And it's a lift on both sides, feeling the space around your body change, feeling what if there were these light flowers, these cogs moving, what would be happening here? What kind of exchange would be happening into your body? Coming back. Take a deep inhale, stretching back up before you go into the saw. Calming down. Arms either over the width or forward, whatever feels right for you. Inhale, hum. Hold the breath, plank. So coming down. Hum, inhale. So. Left leg forward, inhale. Legs together. Breathe out. Inhale. Breathe out. Hum. Feeling what has changed. The next one will incorporate a twist. 1 second. So to the heart. Inhale. Actually, this is the so. I'm sorry. So. And hum coming forward as you breathe out. Inhale. So right leg back, softly placing it down, feeling that beautiful line. Hold the breath. Hum. Breathe out, knees, chest, chin, buttocks in the air, elbows close, shoulders away from the ears. Hum into downward dog. Remember, inhale, so into Bhujangasana. Remember here you can do the child pose. Breathe out, come into downward dog. Inhale, so softly placing that foot forward. Hum, legs together. Resting the body on the thighs. Inhale. Hum, come to the heart. So, inhale, hum, come together. So, Feeling that beautiful line from crown to heel with the knee lifted or on the ground. Relax the hips. Hold the breath. Breathe out, 8 limbs touching. Feel that width between shoulders and ears. So into Bhujangasana. Hum into downward dog. Left leg forward. So hum, come together. Inhale, feeling space moving you. So hum. And it is the next round where we do the twist. Into the heart, breathe out. So hum. Inhale, right leg back. So now keep on breathing this time. And we have the right leg back and bring the knee to the ground. Just soften that foot down and then inhale, come up with your left hand to the side, feeling that twist here. And feeling that connection through your fingertips. Feel held through the fingertips, but relaxing the shoulder as much as possible away from the ear. And for the ones amongst you that are perhaps more advanced, you can, at this point, do the revolved twist, where you roll the thigh in towards you, take the elbow across, and bring the palms together. But remember spaciousness here, nice long line between the crown and the back knee, and you can look up. And this is like a balancing pose. So these are the two options, either like this, or like that, or even like this. See what suits you. And then slowly coming out, take a deep inhale. Hold the breath, come into the plank. Breathe out, 8 limbs touching. Toes, knees, hips in the air, so you get a little bit of a stretch here. Shoulders away from the ears. So into Bhujangasana, the toes stretch you forward, slithering forward into the snake, focusing on the third eye. And then breathe out, hum into the downward dog. Relaxing the head, really make sure that your head is dangling there. Softly moving the right leg forward. So, hum, legs together. Arms over the width or forward, but make sure the arm is straight. So, coming up. Hum, coming together. Take a moment to integrate. Soften into your feet. Inhale. So, breathing in this moment. Feeling yourself. Hum. Feeling that space underneath your palms, underneath your body, holding you, releasing out for you to rest onto the thighs. Inhale, left leg back. Well done, Annika. And then you can put your back knee on the ground and you can take your right arm up. Feeling that space, you are being held by space itself. Feel that openness in the spine. Feel that openness from collarbone to collarbone. And just like before, if you wish, you can take this one a little deeper, stretching in that thigh, taking the opposite arm over. So you might want to do this a few times, moving down the thigh with your arm as you're doing this until you are in this twist. And if you have the balance and strength, you can also look up, soften your feet into the ground, soften the palms into each other. Taking a breath, and after the inhale, after the next inhale, you step into the plank. Hold it there. Find your perfect plank. Shoulders nice and wide, lengthening the crown away from the heels. Breathe out, 8 limbs touching. It's very nice. Lifting the sitting bones high up. Inhale, slithering forward, so the toes push you forward into the snake. Feeling that openness, lifting the solar plexus. Remember, you can do the child pose instead of this one, and you can swap around in every round. On the next out breath, come into downward dog. Bend the knees enough so you feel a stretch in the back of the thighs. You can focus on your throat and on your sacral here. Now left leg forward, so come together. Relax the body on top of the thighs. Inhale, so come up. Bring the hands together to the heart. Next round. Inhale. So either arms over the width or forward. Soften the feet into the ground, feeling space moving you. So right leg back. So the space is holding your leg as you place it back, feeling the lightness, effortlessness of being held by space. After the next inhale, if you're taking a breath here, you hold your breath, come into the plank. Feeling that strength, pull the belly in and up to give your abdominals a workout. Then with your next out breath, knees, chest, chin or forehead, shoulders away from the ears, slithering yourself forward into the snake. Pull the belly in and up to protect your lower back. Next out breath into downward dog. Inhale. So come together. Inhale. Bringing the hands to the heart. Close your eyes for a moment. Feel what you feel in your body. And if you feel any movement, see if you can imagine that light flower pattern in your body, beyond your body. Space and you in interaction, in connection. So, So left leg. Shoulders away from the ears, lifting the solar plexus. Hold the breath, legs together into the plank, breathing out, 8 limbs touching, knees, chest, chin, elbows close. The toes pushing you forward. And here there are 2 ways of doing this, so keep on breathing. There are 2 ways of doing this Bhujangasana. You can either come high
by pushing slightly into your hands so that you come into the back bend, but you can also do it in the more cautious but strengthening way of only coming high enough that you can actually easily lift your hands off the ground so that you work your back muscles. Keep on breathing if you're staying here a little longer. And then come together into downward dog. So, left leg forward. Come together. Inhale, so. Come together. Soften into this moment. We'll do this one more time, and this time we're going to slot in a balancing pose. And we're going to combine this balancing pose with a part of our body that we actually don't do in sun salutation. So we're going to go, inhale, so. Exhale, bring the palms back together, lift your right leg and put it sideways on top of the left leg and sit back, bringing the hands to the heart. And there you should feel it in the outer thighs. So we are in this position, ankle on top or above the knee. And sitting low enough so that you feel a stretch on the outer thigh, but also, as you can see here with Annika, she's sitting far back. She's not bending the knee beyond the ankle. She's sitting nicely back as if she had a chair behind her. And come back up. So, coming forward. So, right leg back. Hold the breath, plank. Hum into 8 limbs. So, slithering into the snake. Hum into downward dog. Focusing on the throat, on the sacral. Inhale, so right leg forward, and here we can focus on the sacral and the solar plexus. Hum, legs together. Did I miss something out? So, inhale, come up. Opening to the sun, so this is solar plexus and heart. Hands together, heart, hum. Integrate, soften, feel the difference between the right and the left. Feel the subtle changes in your body. Last round. So, taking the hands together, lift your left leg, place it on the right, sit back, hands to the heart. Imagine you have that chair behind you that you're sitting onto, so that the knee is maybe only a fraction in front of the ankle, if it isn't possible for you to go far behind. So you actually want your knee above the ankle, but if that isn't possible for you, it can be a little bit in front. Feeling that breath stretch, feeling the breath in the outer thigh. Soften the outer thigh into this. Feeling also the space beyond your outer thigh, softening, those flowers softening into your body. Inhale, so hum, forward bend. This is sacral and root softening into the feet. Inhale, left leg back into the sacral energy center and the solar plexus. Relax the shoulders down. Hold into the plank. And here the focus can be on all energy centers at once, or the crown, holding you away from the heels and the roots, giving you stability. 8 limbs touching. Hum. So inhale into the snake, shoulders away from the ears. Hum, come into downward dog. Take a moment to be a little more playful with the downward dog this time. So lifting one heel at a time. Maybe you even want to lift one leg at a time, stretching that leg away from you. So imagine someone pulling on that leg in this way, giving you a little bit of extra length, and then taking that leg down, doing the same with the other leg. Giving yourself a little stretch there. And stay in downward dog if you can still. You can move through if you wish. Look up with your head if you still have the strength. And that looking up of the head is like a lengthening of the head away from you, which lifts the solar plexus forward. Keeping that lift on the solar plexus, you then let your head drop and relax down and really take a moment to dangle the head, saying yes, 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 no, no, no with your head. Soften the hands into the ground, and on the next inhale, take the left leg forward. Hum, bringing the legs together. Relax the head again. Breathing into the sacral, into the roots, into your feet, feeling that rootedness, feeling those energy lines going into earth. Inhale, so greeting the sun. Hum, come to the heart and stay here for a moment, just feeling into your body. And it is time for our waking up pranayama that we are going to finish with. So if we sit down, I'm going to come here this time. Find a way to sit, so you can take blocks or bolsters to sit. It doesn't matter if you sit in Vajrasana like this with the bolster between your legs. If you're sitting with the bolster between your legs, the bolster goes this way to the back and the front edge of the bolster aligning with the line that is between the buttocks and the thighs. That is an easy way to sit and find your uprightness. If you are sitting cross-legged, then you can either sit in Siddhasana, bringing your hips onto a block or a bolster, whatever feels right for you, so that you can have your knees lower than your hips. Ideally, you want the knees to be touching the ground. So whichever position that feels right for you to do, you can go into half lotus and exchange in between. Take the flesh away from the sitting bones. Find your uprightness. Find the uprightness going through the crown, and just take a moment to go internally in to feel what you feel at the moment. Softening your sitting bones into the ground. But rising up into your own uprightness. Feeling that rise with the inhale, that expansion with the inhale, the levity coming in with the inhale, the softening into earth on the out-breath. And now, Become aware of the in-breath and out-breath and the length of the in-breath compared to the out-breath. Expanding, receiving the inhale, softening, letting go of the out-breath. And become aware also of the phases in between. The in-breath and the out-breath. The out-breath and the in-breath. Responding to the trigger to breathe out or breathe in as soon as you feel it. And let that transition be smooth. Like pouring a foamy drink. You don't want it to foam up so that it fills up the glass too soon. You want it to come in gently and softly and delicately. Start your in-breath softly. Start your out-breath softly. Feel that gentle inflow of the breath, that gentle releasing outflow. And relaxing the space beyond your skin. Relaxing the space within. And with that intention in our breath, we're going to do the eye waking up pranayama. So you take your hands, rub them together, make them really nice and warm. And then you're going to take, once the hands are nice and hot, you're going to take this part of the hand, this circle here, and you're going to create a hollow in the middle of that circle. And that circle is going to come around your eyes, creating a seal, a vacuum, so that if you have your eyes open, you actually only see black, because that is all sealed. And you're going to put both hands on your eyes in this way. Every time you inhale, the pressure onto that part is a little softer. Every time you breathe out, you increase the pressure slightly, but no touch to the eyeballs, no touch to the eyes. You're just releasing, increasing the pressure, but keeping the seal, keeping the vacuum. Every time you breathe out, just a little extra pressure. And then relax your shoulders down as you are doing this. Let gravity take over your elbows. Still lengthening into the crown, still softening into earth. And then on the next time you breathe out, hum into those cups as you increase the pressure on that circle around your eyes. Let the in-breath almost come in naturally, because you've let go all of your out-breaths. That in-breath happens by itself. And the soft flowing into the out-breath with the hum. An intention with that hum to release anything that doesn't serve you. Purifying the light of that light flower within you. Experiment with your pitch of humming and see which type of hum creates the most vibration in your mouth and in your body. So you can go a little higher, a little lower. Just have a moment or a few moments, as long as you want, to experiment with different pitches of the humming.
And there's no harm in being with the hum that isn't quite the hum that has it, but when you find that hum that is exactly the perfect one for you, where it seems like there is the biggest impression of vibration, then see if you can just give yourself, surrender yourself to that hum. Remember keeping the shoulders relaxed, elbows given to gravity, still staying with your uprightness. You can continue humming if you like, you won't be hurt. In your own time, with every out breath, you do your hum. Ideally, you want to do this kind of practice in derivatives of 3. So 3, 6, 9, 12 times, 18 times, 27. But we will do it 2 more times, so twice more. Imagine also what that hum is doing to that light flower inside your body. From the smallest to the biggest. Keep your eyes closed. Let your hands come to the heart in prayer position or palms to the heart. Soften your shoulders, feel the width between the collarbones. Become aware of that feeling around your eyes, that coolness around your eyes, keeping your eyes closed still. Feeling that stillness after the hum in your whole being. Become aware of any sensations in your body. And we will close with an Om. Take a deep inhale. Gently opening your eyes, taking your hands to your forehead in gratitude to yourself. Gratitude to Earth in any ritual that suits you. Back to the heart. Namaste. With love and blessing.